Hello, YouTubes, and welcome to another episode of Cars I Want to Buy, the series where I share a car for sale somewhere out there in internet land that I want to buy, but can't because I have no money, and even if I did, I have nowhere to keep it. We'll take a look at the features and condition of the particular car for sale, go into some of the history of the model, and then review the 3 reasons why I want to buy the car. And the car du jour of this video is the much lusted after Mercury Marauder. No, not the original 1960s full-size performance barge, but rather the tarted-up Grand Marquis that FOMOCO offered up as a super premium performance version of their by that time ancient as fudge Panther Platform, and considered by many to be the ultimate expression of that aging full-size body-on-frame architecture. The subject car for this episode is being offered for sale by Boucher Auto Group, located in the Milwaukee suburb of West Allis, Wisconsin. It has a moderate 94,117 miles on the odometer, which translates to approximately 150,000 kilometers, more or less. The asking price of $15,495 seems like a product of the times, but it's reasonable considering that I've seen lower mile examples that have sticker prices in the low $30,000 range. The exterior looks like it's in excellent condition with no obvious aesthetic marring or rust apparent in the pictures. This particular car does come equipped with a sunroof and is cloaked in a Dark Toreador Red finish, which at only 980 examples was the rarest color Marauder for the 2004 model year, and that's no bull. The interior is likewise in great shape, with very little wear apparent on the black bucket seats. The rest of the interior is a wash of black with aluminum-colored plastic trim and appears to have been well cared for. The back seat looks like they have rarely been used. All in all, the interior appears to be a great place to spend some time eating up miles on the open road. Under the hood is the 3-valve version of Ford's 4.6-liter double overhead cam modular V8. This is the same engine that's found under the hood of the same era Mach 1, and it's good for 302 horsepower and 318 foot-pounds of torque in this Mercury. The Mercury Marauder traces its history back to the early 1960s when Mercury added the nameplate to its full-size cars to denote a more performance-oriented version of your standard large Mercury. Marauders could be purchased from 1963 and a half to the 1965 model years and again in 1969 and 1970. The Marauder nameplate was revived for the 2003 launch of the most performance-oriented version of the Grand Marquis, or indeed any Panther Platform vehicle ever. Presented as a concept car in 2002, the Marauder became a reality for the 2003 model year, which corresponded with an overhaul of the platform. This included the addition of rack and pinion steering and a number of other chassis upgrades. While this new version of the Panther wasn't going to burn it up on the autocross circuit, it definitely was an improvement over the previous generation and set the stage for facilitating a special performance version of the car. All Marauders received the aforementioned 302 horsepower version of the 4.6-liter V8, as well as bucket seats, console shifter, special gauge package, 3.55 limited slip rear end, aluminum drive shaft, and a host of other upgrades over the standard Grand Marquis. The sole transmission choice was a 4-speed automatic, a 4R70W for 2003 and the 4R75W for 2004. Unfortunately, this was often cited as the reason this car could never really be considered a true full-size performance sedan. 0 to 60 times were in the low 7s, which is a big improvement over the standard cars, but a far cry from what would have been possible had the Marauder been equipped with a more performance-oriented transmission. As probably should have been expected, the car did not light the world on fire. Lots of casual car fans don't even know what it is, and the ones that do often have forgotten about it. Impressions of the car in the automotive press were that it was too slow, expensive, and bland to be a serious contender. No amount of modification could overcome the ancient Panther Platform's limitations when it came to outright performance. The Marauder was canceled after the 2004 model year, and the Panther Platform soldiered on without its Halo car for another 7 years. I remember when this car came out, I had predicted it would become the premier car of choice for mob bosses everywhere, since on paper it had the comfort of a town car with the performance of a Mach 1, and its similarity to the more humble Grand Marquis would make it the perfect car for handling deals under the radar of Johnny Law. Alas, not even the Mafia could save this car, especially since the very next model year, the bolder, faster, cheaper, and more fuel-efficient Hemi-powered Chrysler 300 was released, and I promptly changed my tune as to what I speculated would be the vehicle of choice for any discerning mafioso. So, why do I want this car? Well, here's 3 reasons. 1. In my opinion, the Marauder is the best version of the Panther Platform you can get. It got all of the best bits for performance and is more subtle and sinister in its styling. As all of these cars are more or less the same, this particular car is a typical example of that pinnacle of Panther expression. And since I'm a fan of the platform, having owned 2 different generations of Crown Victoria in my past, I'm very much drawn to Marauders, especially ones that appear to be in as good a shape as this one. 2. The color. While not as rare as the blue and silver Marauders from the 2003 year, Dark Toreador Red is the rarest 2004 Marauder color you can get. That means if I bought this car, I would have one of the most unique versions of an already limited edition vehicle. That kind of exclusivity is what all car nerds crave. 3. The price. This car is reasonably priced in a bonkers market. For about $15,000, you can have a car that had less than 1,000 examples produced and was the Alpha Dog Halo version of that particular platform. There aren't a lot of opportunities to get into that class of vehicle at that kind of sticker price. Well, that's all I wanted to cover today. How do you feel about the Haloist version of the Panther platform? Does it have genuine performance credentials, or is it a case of Ford making a desperate attempt to create a premium performance sedan out of a platform that really had no hope of supporting that level of ambition? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and ding that bell to make sure you're notified when I post my next video. Also, if you're so inclined, give me a follow on Instagram by looking up @Automophiliac. Thanks for watching. TTFN.